Syracuse goes for its third straight win on Saturday in the Carrier Dome against Johns Hopkins. We're breaking it down right here on this web edition of Cuse Countdown. Alongside AJ Fabbri and Mike Adzima, I'm Jonathon Hoppe. Guys, before we get to that Johns Hopkins game, a big win over Virginia last weekend. Top 5 Virginia, I might add, and on the road, 12-11. What'd you see out there?
Well, it was another close one-goal game for the Orange. We saw them just the week before, a 3-overtime win against Army, so another really close game for them. But I think this win against Virginia is huge. Their first win in ACC play for this team gives them momentum going into this big matchup against Hopkins.
Yeah, Hoppe, you said, top 5 on the road. That's huge. And I think we might have witnessed the birth of a star in Tucker Dordevic. 4 goals, including the game winner. That's big time. Hey, Cardiac Cuse, they might be back.
Hey, they might be back, but one thing for certain, Danny Varello, he's got his hands full this week. It seems like that's been the case week in and week out for him. This time it's Hunter Moreland for Johns Hopkins, and Coach John Desko says he's pretty good at what he does.
He gets the ball to himself. You know, he's very, very quick hands. He's physically a strong player, so that once he gets down the ball, he gets it out to himself. He picks it up by himself, and he gives that offense a lot of valuable possessions. I think he's about 65% right now. He's played well, especially in the last couple of games.
All right, guys, so Varello has his hands full. The question now becomes, does Syracuse have its hands full with Johns Hopkins? What's the key to the Orange getting the win on Saturday?
Well, my key for the Orange to get the win in this one is to slow down the Hopkins attack. Hopkins is a team that relies on its ability to score goals, and in this attack, they have a lot of really good guys like Cole Williams, Kyle Marr, and Shaq Stamwick. They're really the anchors and the experienced ones on this Hopkins attack, but they also have depth. They have guys like Jake Fox and Brett Baskin who can come in and get points as needed. Also, this SU defense we've seen is prone to giving up big quarters to opponents. They gave up 6 goals to UVA in the 4th quarter last week in Charlottesville. They got to prevent defensive lapses like that if they want to stop this Hopkins attack.
Yeah, Mike, my key to this one is to play gritty at the X. We talked about Hunter Moreland. He's great for Johns Hopkins, top 10 in the country in face-off percentage. Danny Varello, he struggled a bit throughout this season. He hasn't really gotten the job done at some points. So John Desko, he's opted to place 2 long poles on either wing during face-offs, and that's pretty much to muck things up during those plays. He wants guys to get out there, scratch and claw away, pick up some ground balls, and win that possession in the face-off square to get some possession and hopefully score some more goals for this SU team.
So Coach John Desko likes Moreland at the X. So do you, AJ. But in your mind, is that enough to push Johns Hopkins over the top to get the win?
Yeah, I think Moreland is a huge advantage for Johns Hopkins in this one. But quite frankly, I think he's the only advantage Hopkins has. I think SU is the better overall team. I like them 12-9, take care of business at home in the Dome. Listen, Cuse's offensive pressure is going to be fantastic in this one. Guys like Jamie Trimboli, of course, we talked about Tucker Dordevic. He's been huge. And I'm looking for a big breakout performance from Brendan Bomberry. He's been a little quiet so far this season. With the loss of Nate Solomon, he's going to have to step up big time. Time of possession is going to be a huge factor in this game. I think SU is going to get the job done in the Dome, pull this one out.
Well, AJ, I agree with you. I think the Orange are going to win this one, but I think it might be just a little bit closer than you think. I got the Orange taking this one 11-10 over Hopkins. It's a rivalry game. A lot of these players know each other and have played against each other before. I think there's going to be a lot of emotions out there on that Dome field. The SU defense has to make moves and step up against this tenacious Hopkins attack. And I think guys like Brendan Bomberry, the Syracuse midfield, have to step up and create chances for the Syracuse offense to score to match the scoring ability that the Blue Jays bring to the field.
Yeah, you talked about emotion and high-level, high-intensity games. I think Syracuse has played in a few of those already, so I think they have the advantage in that sector.
Well, high-intensity games, that's been the past 2 matchups between these teams, both overtime games. You think we see another overtime game?
I mean, I have the Orange taking it by 1, so overtime definitely a possibility.
Hey, it's March. You never know, but I think Cuse is going to get this one done in 4 quarters.
All right, we'll find out if that happens on Saturday. Johns Hopkins and Syracuse, 1 o'clock inside the Carrier Dome. For all of our coverage from there, you can find us on Twitter and Facebook at CitrusTV Sports. For AJ Fabbri, Mike Adzima, the rest of our great Cuse Countdown crew, I'm Jonathon Hoppe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.